A bee's busy day, from hive to flower. The first sliver of dawn, a soft peach glow, barely touched the eastern horizon as Beatrice, a worker bee with particularly iridescent wings, stirred in the bustling warmth of the hive. The air vibrated with the low hum of thousands of tiny wings, the scent of honey and beeswax thick and comforting. Today was a big day. The queen had been laying eggs at a prodigious rate, and the stores were running a little low. More nectar was needed, and Beatrice felt the familiar call of the open sky. She performed her morning ritual, a quick, thorough grooming, meticulously cleaning each of her 6 legs and antennae. Her fuzzy body, designed for gathering pollen, was already anticipating the sweet dust. She joined the swirling ballet of bees near the hive entrance, a controlled chaos of departures and arrivals. A guard bee, larger and more imposing, briefly inspected her antennae, a quick, silent confirmation of her hive identity. With a final wiggle, Beatrice launched herself into the cool morning air. The world outside the hive was a symphony of greens and burgeoning colors. The familiar oak tree, a towering landmark, stood sentinel over the meadow that was Beatrice's usual hunting ground. She felt the subtle shift in air currents, the whisper of the wind guiding her. Her compound eyes, marvels of natural engineering, processed a kaleidoscope of light and shadow, highlighting the vibrant hues that beckoned. Her first stop was a patch of sun-drenched clover, its small white flowers like miniature beacons. Beatrice landed with practiced ease, her delicate legs navigating the petals. The scent of nectar was intoxicating, a sweet perfume that guided her proboscis deep into the heart of each floret. She worked methodically, her tiny legs expertly gathering pollen into her pollen baskets, the corbiculae on her hind legs. Each grain was a precious commodity, a building block for the future of her hive. Time seemed to warp when Beatrice was immersed in her work. The sun climbed higher, warming her back, and the meadow buzzed with the activity of countless other insects. A ladybug scuttled past on a blade of grass. A butterfly, its wings a vibrant splash of orange, danced lazily above a thistle. Beatrice, however, remained focused. She knew her purpose. After the clover, she moved on to a patch of wild roses, their petals a riot of pinks and reds. The nectar here was different, with the slightly more floral, less earthy note. She meticulously collected both nectar and pollen, her internal compass constantly orienting her back towards the hive. The weight in her pollen baskets grew, a satisfying testament to her labor. Midday brought a slight breeze, and Beatrice paused on a broad sunflower leaf, its face turned towards the sun. She cleaned her antennae again, a moment of respite before continuing her foraging. Her journey was not without its perils. A sudden shadow overhead sent a shiver through her tiny body. A swift, predatory bird, thankfully uninterested in a single bee. Later, she narrowly avoided a sticky spider web, its delicate threads almost invisible against the green. As the afternoon waned, Beatrice felt the familiar ache in her wings, a pleasant exhaustion. Her pollen baskets were now plump, golden nuggets, and her honey stomach was full of precious nectar, slowly being converted into honey by her enzymes. The thought of the hive, its warmth and camaraderie, spurred her on. The return journey was swifter, guided by the sun's descending arc. The oak tree reappeared, larger and more defined. She could already hear the faint hum of the hive, a welcoming beacon in the fading light. She approached the entrance, performing the familiar landing maneuver, her legs extended for a perfect touchdown. Inside, the hive was a hive of activity. Other foragers were returning laden with their treasures. Young nurse bees eagerly awaited the nectar, ready to process it into honey for storage. Beatrice found an empty cell and regurgitated her nectar, adding to the growing golden pool. She then carefully deposited her pollen into another cell where it would become bee bread, a vital food source for the developing larvae. Her work for the day was not quite done. She joined a group of fanning bees, their wings whirring in unison to circulate air and regulate the hive's temperature. The collective effort was a testament to the bees' remarkable social structure, each contributing to the greater good. As darkness finally enveloped the meadow, Beatrice, tired but content, settled into a cluster of her sisters. The rhythmic hum of the hive was a lullaby, a comforting sound that spoke of purpose and community. Tomorrow, she would rise with the sun again, and the endless, vital dance from hive to flower would continue, ensuring the survival and prosperity of her remarkable colony.